Elliot is a joy. He's just absolutely gorgeous. He's our world and I love him to bits. Elliott's 30 years old, loves going out and about every day, got to be out for a drive every day to see all his favourite buildings, or he's down the railway museum, he's off to football stadiums to have a walk round. I'm Christine, Elliot's mum.
I'm Beckii, Elliot's sister. He's very, very mischievous and he gets up to lots of things he shouldn't. But yeah, he's great. He's a great uncle as well to his two nieces and nephew.
I was looking after Elliot by myself, had some support coming in, but obviously it was just during the day and then they left. He seemed to deteriorate with his mental health and it was awful watching him suffer. He was on lots and lots of different med change. So I thought I was doing the right thing by picking up the phone to ask for help. We didn't know how bad it was going to be when eventually the social services and everybody's involved to go down the route of being sectioned in hospital.
Numerous times in seclusion. Seclusion is a room that is padded out with a toilet and a bathroom where people can be locked in for up to 24 hours. But unfortunately, Elliot was in there a lot longer at times, the longest one being 9 days. But they did say to me that he would be taken in, they'd keep him for a minimum of 4 weeks just to check his meds and get him into a level place and he'd come back out. But it ended up in 4.5 years.
And I couldn't understand why he was reacting the way he was because of all the restrictions that were placed on him. And obviously they hadn't took his needs where he was in a strange place. He wasn't from home. He was out of routine. Even though on a ward by himself, he was secluded. He had no interaction. He was begging and begging for activities and they just kept fobbing him off by saying, we'll make a plan. And he was writing it down and this plan never happened.
I think the stress and the pressure that's put on families to support, it takes its toll, and especially when you feel like you've wasted an hour of your time having conversations to try and move forward, but actually get nowhere. When Elliot got seriously injured for the final time, it triggered a meeting that he was unsafe. But one of the hardest things with that as well is that if that incident hadn't happened and we didn't get that support, where would we be? We can finally see he's with a provider that's person-centred, that drives his day the way he wants it to go. It's not staff-driven. So if he wakes up and says, I want to do this, they make it work. But because he has the trust, there's no anxiety.
The staff are there for him and they don't moan if they're going to his coffee shop every day. Where before, previously in the past, we've had carers that they try to get Elliot to do something different and it just doesn't work. And he goes in now and to see him paying for his own hot chocolate, ordering his own hot chocolate, he tells them he wants no cream, no marshmallows, chocolate sprinkles, and then he goes round and waits for it to be prepared and then he just sits and he's just put him to his music. He's so happy. He loved family time and friends. We'd come round, as Beckii said, sit at the table, we'd have games and stuff, and then he'd be sit beside us getting a stroke with his sensory needs while we're playing on his laptop. So yeah, it was brilliant.
So we had Christmas lunch and did our presents.
Yeah, it was all what Elliot wanted to do still, I think, wasn't it? Once he'd opened his presents, Christmas was like sort of done for him. Sometimes he would chill and watch a movie, but then would be still out for a drive.
There was no Christmas in hospital, was there? There was a tree at the main entrance, but he wasn't allowed anything on his ward.
It was so hard to try and stick with routine, but then you're not in that right frame of mind to celebrate, especially the first one of not being here at home.
There was nothing that made it Christmassy and made it feel like it was a nice time, even though he was in there. You would have been like a bit of a decoration would.
He wasn't allowed a tree on the ward or anything, I struggled a bit because last year I was just up waiting for him to come round for his dinner and everything. And because he was so chill, he was still not here at 2:00 in the afternoon. And I'm thinking, well, why is he not here? What's he not opening his presents for? And I was struggling more. And then he walks in the door, I'm doing all the food and stuff, sits on the sofa, and the smiles on his face was just amazing. Christmas just gone. Opened his presents, had his dinner, and then we were off to the steam trains. And we were just out for the day getting all these pictures of his steam trains.
It's nice that he can just roll in when he feels like it, and
it's more relaxed.
That his home is Christmassy. It's got lights up and trees, and and his staff make it nice as well. They got him presents as well for when he woke up, and
and I think they got presents for him to bring for us. So it was lovely.
So I come across MenCap and the campaigns and saw that they were doing things, and I reached out to them for some help and advice right in the middle of when Elliot was in his detention. And alongside MenCap and the Challenging Behaviour Foundation, I found a community of people that really got it and ended up meeting at like family days, and just having that community around you, other families that have been through it, still going through it, or are past it. It's really hard to describe, but it's like your own little family.
You've still, if you're having a difficult day, there's still somebody there at the end of the phone as well, isn't there? Or you can get in touch with to say, what would you do in this situation or that situation as well? And
you've got like a little network. I don't know where I'd be without most of those people now. Everybody deserves a home in the community, surrounded by family, friends. It's not just at Christmas, it's 365 days a year, and we need support to get people out of hospitals.